From the borough of Queens in Flushing, New York, welcome to beautiful Citi Field. Today, it's the home opener for this new season between the Philadelphia Phillies and the Mets. Folks around here in high spirits. Matt Vasgersian with you on a day that's been circled on their calendars since about midwinter. I'm joined by Eric Karros and Steve Lyons. And Steve, as we get set to get things going, it's the pitching that has to be considered one of the strong points on this ball club.
Yeah, and pitching is going to be important for these guys. No question about it. They're only going to go as far as this group right here is going to take them. And to me, it looks like a staff that's capable of getting the job done.
All right. The stage is set. The starters get their final tosses in out in the bullpen, and we've got a good one in store for you, folks. Play-by-play is coming up next. The crowd is ready to erupt as their guys get set to take the field. Let's join public address announcer Mike Carlucci.
And now, your 2018 New York Mets.
Quickly now, we'll look at the two men who'll get the starting assignment here in this home opener. Time now for a glance at the Phillies batting order in this one. Who stands out to you, EK?
Well, guys, as this game moves along, keep an eye on Gerardo Parra. He's a catalyst for this offense when his bat is hot. Just needs to keep having good at-bats.
Jacob DeGrand gets the ball for the opener in front of these hometown fans. What's your take on him, EK?
Well, guys, he was very effective last year. As a starting pitcher, he had an ERA under 3. When you do that, you're keeping your ball club in the game, giving them a chance to win every time out.
And with a quick breather here, let's take a look at the defense for the New York Mets. It's brought to us by Majestic. Eric, what do we need to know?
Well, guys, remember, this manager has not jumped on board with all the defensive shifts. Still that old school mentality, plays guys straight up, so we'll see how that impacts this game.
Gerardo Parra makes his way to the plate, and we are ready for some daytime baseball.
Number 8.
Underway now in the home opener as the first pitch is in there for a called strike one. These Mets, EK, as they take the field here today, they come in feeling good as they're 2-0 to start the new year.
And the thing about baseball is that each new day brings a new opportunity. So we'll see if these guys are up to the task here.
Tyner moves over, makes the play, one away.
Yeah, an easy fly ball there to start the ball game. One of the big keys for him in this one is going to be keeping that leadoff man off base. He's off to a good start here.
Number 26 will stand in, and he was among the many who failed to record a base hit in the loss yesterday.
You know, guys, we all know that those kind of games are going to happen in this sport. It's a tough game out there, no matter who you are. But the good ones are able to put that day behind you and go out and focus on the next game.
Bases are empty, one man out. Grounded up the first baseline, but a foul ball, 1-1. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. And there are our umpires calling balls and strikes is Mr. Earl Hendricks.
Yeah, Earl is a well-liked umpire, all-around baseball by both pitchers and hitters. The reason for that, he's consistent, and his zone is kind of what you hope for.
Unable to get the bat around in time, and the count evens at 2-2. Just out in front of that one, still 2-2. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss on the changeup, and there are 2 gone.
Obviously, it'll be very important to keep these top 2 guys off base going forward. They're the ones that set the table and make this team go. So that's a good job here to set them down to start the ball game.
Jose Bautista gets his first opportunity now in the top of the first with nobody on. Into the windup and the pitch. Fastball too high to start him out here, 1-0.
Well, that's a good thing that pitch was above the strike zone, because a few inches lower and that ball's right in his wheelhouse.
Hit hard toward the right side, and a little self-preservation down at first as he pulls that one in to end the inning. 3 up, 3 down for Philadelphia. Now the Mets will step up for their first shot in a scoreless ball game. Time now to take a look at Terry Collins' Mets starting lineup in this one. Steve, what's the key to starting out 1-0 here at home for them?
Well, hopefully with the wind blowing out, you're not going to see too many guys in that lineup with their eyes too big thinking, oh my gosh, I'm just going to hit it out there into that wind. Stay focused, but if you get something up in the zone, drill it.
Steve Mortero gets the ball for Philadelphia in this one. EK, what do you got?
Well, guys, he's making his big league debut here on the mound. He's going to have a lot of adrenaline. He's going to have a lot of nerves. He's going to have to be able to contain all of that so he can go out and be effective. Going to be tough to do, and that may be his biggest challenge all game long.
With a moment now, let's take a look at how the Phils will set up on D. It's brought to us by Majestic. Any thoughts, Eric?
Well, Matty, when you're talking about watching somebody throw a ball across the diamond, this guy throws it like a laser. Over at third base, doesn't have the great range, but if he gets his hands on it, oh my, can he throw it.
Alonzo Cochran.
Alonzo Cochran is in to start things off here as he looks at a called strike. It's 0-1. Eric, these Phillies, as they begin play here today, they come in off to a bit of a slow start with just 1 win in their first 3 tries.
And I think it's just going to be a matter of putting yesterday behind you. It wasn't their finest performance of the year, that's for sure, but they're capable of playing much better ball, and I think we'll see a sharper focus here in this one.
A 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. Hit down the line at first. And a heck of an effort over there at first, but it'll be for naught as this is a foul ball. And a slider's in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball. Look out. Don't want to hit him there. It's full 3-2.
You don't want to lose the leadoff hitter here. Not when you got this guy on deck.
Something has to give. Here's the payoff pitch. And here's a ball hit in the air. Here comes Brown. And that'll slice just foul at the last moment. Into the windup, ready with the payoff pitch. Now the fastball is right by him as he swings and misses for the first out of the inning. And there's something he just may well remember for quite a while. His first big league punch out. I'm sure he's hoping it'll be the first of many, many more.
And you hear a lot of pitching coaches talking about pitchers letting their defense do the work. But the truth is, if you want to stick around in the big leagues, you're going to have to take matters into your own hands every once in a while, too. In this day and age, you have to be able to strike guys out if you want to be successful.
Here's the third baseman, David Wright. Curveball, and that misses in the dirt for ball 1. 1 out, nobody on. Lays off a fastball that doesn't miss by much, and it's 2-0. Grounder hit hard down the first baseline, but this will get foul. 2-1. Into the windup. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Sent foul again, and after being way ahead, now it's even at 2-2. Swung on in the dirt for the third strike. And he makes the throw to first. Wright is retired. 2 down now.
Batting third.
And even 2 batters in, you have to like what you see so far. Back-to-back strikeouts now to start off the home first.
Bryant Tyner gets his first cuts now. The bases are empty, and there are 2 away here in the opening frame.
Yeah, nothing doing so far here. He kind of needs to put up a tough at-bat right here just to make this guy work a little bit.
And he'll try to check his swing here, but he'll have no such luck. It's strike 1. You'd have to say, so far, so good here for the rookie.
Yeah, I mean, he's getting ahead. He's mixing his pitches. You'd like to put up a 0 to get that first inning out of the way, and he's close to making that happen.
2 out, nobody on. That misses wide. 1 ball and 1 strike.
All right, now you've just seen 2 straight breaking pitches miss away. So as a hitter, you're going to eliminate that pitch. No way does he throw it a third time.
And he comes up empty there on a pitch in the dirt and falls behind now 1-2.
Boy, you think he looks dialed in? How about 2 strikeouts and then a good pitch right there to get ahead of the number 3 hitter?
Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. And it's to 2-2 now with the bases empty and 2 gone here in the inning. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. And that one never threatened the zone. It's gone full now to 3-2. Mark Piazza would be next if they can keep this inning alive. And he looks at ball 4 now, so he's aboard, and you always have to worry about the threat of the steal when he's on base.
I may not know a whole lot about pitching, but what I do know is this is not the guy you want to be putting on base with a walk. That definitely puts the stolen base in order now with 2 away.
Mark Piazza will dig in now, hoping to perhaps make him pay for the 2-out walk.
Yeah, nothing going on earlier in this inning, but a chance to make some noise right here. Those kind of walks often seem to come back and bite guys somehow.
And that's waved at and missed for strike 1. Seemed to quicken his delivery to the plate on that last pitch.
Well, you got to remember the slide step does 2 things for you. It gets the catcher the ball quicker so he can throw a guy out, or it will hold the runner on first so he doesn't steal at all.
0-1, here's the pitch. Chopped foul right at home plate. A runner on first with 2 away. Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. Mets strand 1. After 1, no score. Dominic Brown will stand in, 1 for 4 with a double in yesterday's ball game.
Dominic Brown.
Good bite to the slider, and he takes strike 1.
Yeah, the best way to neutralize this guy's power, just keep putting pitches right there.
Here's one that misses high. It's 1-1. And he pumps the fastball by him here. 1-2 now.
And sometimes you got to cut down a little stride against a guy who's throwing this hard. Either you take that leg kick completely out of the equation, or you get it started just a little bit quicker.
And here's a swing and a miss, and Brown is down on strikes for the first out.
Yeah, he essentially tripled up there. That means he threw the same pitch 1, 2, 3 times in a row. You don't see that very often, but it's going to work out for him as he gets the strikeout.
Stepping in now, Matt Paxton. As the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball, 1-0. Still looking for our first hit in the ball game. Swing and a miss for strike one. Ground ball right side. And he'll take this to the bag himself, and there are 2 away now.
Batting sixth, second baseman, Freddie Galvis.
Freddie Galvis into the box here in the top of the second, looking to keep this inning going. First pitch is a breaking ball taken down and away for ball 1. And a strike to even the count. 1-1. One of the things that makes him so tough to hit, the ability to put his pitches right on the black.
Yeah, I mean, you watch the catcher's glove on some of these, and it literally does not move. That's how good his stuff is.
And he'll fall behind now to 1-2. No score here as we play inning number 2. Still 1-2 as he fouls it away. Two and two now with 2 away and the base is empty.
Ooh, there's a tough one to take right there on a 1-2 pitch, especially after fighting off so many pitches leading up to that one.
Good swing on a tough pitch, and he'll stick around to see another one. And here's a ball hit in the air. And Walker will put this one away, and the inning is over. Phillies down in order. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Basil Padilla will lead things off here as they'll have 5, 6, and 7 due up to start the home second. And this one's nowhere close as that bounces to the plate for ball 1. And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0. From the windup, the 2-0 pitch. Swing and a miss on the heater, and it's 2-1. Hot shot on the ground is short. Oh, and he can't pick it up cleanly. And a good effort as he's able to gather it in and make the play for the first out.
And on a ball hit as hard as this one was, that's an excellent job to just get a glove on it and prevent it from going into left field. And then he's able to corral it and throw it on to first in time. Boy, that's a nice play.
Here's Lucas Duda now. As the first pitch to him runs a bit inside for ball 1. Bottom of the second here with no score. Look out, 2-0 now.
I think it's pretty simple. The message here is stop leaning out over the plate. Well, pitcher's got to be able to work inside, so that's just a reminder there.
Hit hard back up the middle and into center field as he's aboard with a one-out single.
And you know, as a hitter, you're seeing the ball so well when you can take a pitch like that and square it up and just hammer it right back up the middle.
Yoenis Cespedes takes his first shot here with the runner at first now and one away. Curveball is nowhere close, and it's 1-0.
Yeah, trying to go front door with that breaking ball started it a little too far inside, though.
Here it comes, 1-0. And a breaking ball falls in there for a strike. It's 1-1.
A little bit of hang time there to that curveball. I don't think that's exactly where he's going to want to throw that pitch going forward. It worked out right there, but he better find a little extra snap on that pitch in the future.
Missed with the curveball there, and he falls behind at 2-1.
He's come at him with all off-speed stuff so far, but if I'm at the plate, if I'm hitting, I'm thinking he's going to have to throw a fastball here sooner or later.
He's set, and the 2-1 pitch. And the slider's in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball. You have to figure that he's really going to need to keep the walks in check if he's going to have success here.
I was thinking the same thing. No free rides. You've got to make these guys earn it.
And the count will be full. Oh, and this is swung on and missed. 4 strikeouts already, and that's out number 2.
I'm not really sure what he was trying to accomplish there. That was almost to the backstop. He would have needed a ladder to hit that thing.
Here's Neil Walker as he takes a fastball off the plate for a ball, 1-0.
You see right there on the graphic, these first 2 innings have been costly pitch-wise. He's at 35 already, and he's only through an inning and 2/3.
Fastball in there for a strike. 92 on the radar gun that time.
Right back inside with a fastball. This time, he got the call.
Two out with the man at first. Walker lays off there. It's 2 balls and a strike. Oh, it wanted that one, but it misses for ball 3. Here comes the 3-1 pitch. And he misses here for ball 4. Already 2 walks surrendered in his first couple of innings of work.
Oh, and you know he wanted that one. Now the inning will continue, and the guy moves up into scoring position here.
Jacob DeGrand gets a shot now with deuces all around. 2 on, 2 out here in inning number 2. Into the seats, 0-1. Set to deliver the 0-1. Swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory. And the two-out threat will not come to pass as the inning is over. So it's no runs on a hit, no errors, and 2 men left on. We played 2 full, and we are tied 0-0. Some fans still trickling into the ballpark as we get you set for the top of inning number 3. Kurt Suzuki will stand in now to lead things off. 7, 8, and 9 here to start the 3rd inning.
And maybe one of these guys can break this string of 6 straight retired to start the ball game.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Now a fastball to start the 3rd. That misses. It's ball 1. Chop foul at the plate, strike 1. Way outside, nearly to the backstop. 2-1.
When you start that pitch off the edge, most guys know well enough to lay off. You've got to start it on the edge if you want them to chase.
Pitch swung on and hit in the air. Calling for it, Tyner. 1 out.
Batting 8.
You know, that's the thing with throwing a fastball as hard as he does. It makes fly balls travel that much farther off the bat. And this thing gets out there a long ways before it finally gets tracked down.
Into the box, Sam Siegel. He'll get to take his first cuts here. And he starts the number 8 hitter with a strike. 0-1.
I tell you, he's got a good pace, a good tempo to him out there right now.
Oh, and he's really getting the better of him now. It's strike 2.
When a guy like this on the mound has got you down 0-2, that's a tough hole to climb out of.
Might have been looking to find that outside corner, but he couldn't quite get it there. It's 1-2.
And I think that might have been a little bit of a purpose pitch right there up in the zone. Now I think he's going to come back down with something to try to get that strikeout.
Hit the other way out toward right field. And they'll put it away now without much of a problem. 2 gone now here in the 3rd.
And if these guys want to keep hitting fly balls, I think he'll be happy with that. Especially when it's the guys down near the bottom of the lineup.
Steve Mortero will stand in now with 2 away, trying to avoid another 1-2-3 inning.
Now, this has been total domination these past few innings. They haven't been able to mount any kind of threat whatsoever.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. Swing and a miss on the slider. 0-1.
Now he's just running right through these guys. Absolutely worn them down.
Called strike 0-2.
And you kind of get the sense that he's not really messing around out there too much. There hasn't been a whole lot of setting guys up here in this inning. He's just trying to get himself back into that dugout as fast as he can.
This is hit sharply to the left side. And that's in there, so perhaps some life here with 2 men out. And how about that? His first major league hit. There might not be too many more to come, seeing he's a pitcher, so an exciting moment for him for sure.
And good hitting pitchers are a luxury for a manager to have. Not that this one hit is going to prove that he'll be a good hitting pitcher, but some pitchers do take it really seriously. And no matter what the case is, it's pretty cool to pick up a big league knock. I know how tough it is.
In is Gerardo Parra. Started to go around, but it's ruled strike one anyway. Good hard slider there, but it runs away. It's a ball and a strike.
And the reason he's working away so much here is because he's got that big hole on the right side of the infield to worry about. You don't want to give this guy something where he can just roll over a ground ball and still get it into right field.
1-1, here it is. Can't keep the weight back, and he falls behind 1-2. A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. A little late on the fastball, but he's able to spoil that one off, and he'll get another chance. Now a swing and a ball popped high in the air over toward foul ground. And this is going to wind up a foul ball. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Just a bit low. Tough call, but it's 2-2. And here's a ball hit in the air. Piazza has room. He makes the play, and that'll end the inning. Phillies strand 1. Home half of the third coming up. No score. Alonzo Cochran will stand in now, the recipient of a National League Silver Slugger Award for his contributions at shortstop last year. It's a swinging bunt up the line. Throw just does get him at first, as he was really moving that time. And I thought this might happen based on how close that play was at first. The skipper's out of the dugout, and it looks as though he might decide to challenge that out call.
Well, I think we're going to have to wait and see what the word from the dugout is. But here's one more look at it. Man, that's tough to tell if he was out for sure from that angle. And I can see why this was a really tough call on the umpire.
And that's a thumbs up from the bench, so they will challenge the call on the field. So the umpires on replay duty in Manhattan will now review the play from all available angles in order to make the final decision.
The Mets have decided to challenge.
All right, we'll take one last look at it here. Now the question is if there's enough video evidence to change the call to safe. And wow, from that look at it, I think he did beat the throw, and this might be a well-used challenge.
The decision appears to have been made as the headset comes off, and the runner is safe. So the call is overturned. The runner will stay at first base, and they maintain the right to challenge further plays going forward.
Has been overturned, and the batter ruled safe.
Here's the third baseman, David Wright, as he'll take a look at a slider here that finds the zone for strike 1. Looks like he employed the slide step on that last pitch.
Well, maybe you see a little cat and mouse game going between the pitcher and the runner right now. We'll see who wins this duel.
0-1 pitch on its way. Runner goes for second. Hit hard to the right side. That's through for a base hit, and he's 1 for 2 now. And now they'll have runners at the corners to start off the inning.
Well, this is just a prototypical at-bat by a number 2 hitter. You'll see it right here. He just sees a big opening out there, and he just puts this baseball right in that big opening. Runners are at the corners now to start the inning.
Standing in now, Bryant Tyner, as he'll watch a slider that runs out of the strike zone away for ball 1. Runners at the corners here, nobody out. Swing and a ball line hard towards short. And there's a base hit as the runner will score from third, and that gives the Mets a 1-0 lead. And they'll get the man at third here at least, but in the interim, a run has come in to score.
And this is a nice decision here in the outfield. The run's going to score easily, but he sees he might have a shot at that guy taking third, so This is a nice throw to gun him down and at least get an out on the play.
Into the box, Mark Piazza, as he'll get a slider up that time, but he swings through it for the first strike. And a fastball in the dirt that's taken for a ball. Would you say he's not really finishing his pitches at this point?
That's a good way to put it. It looks like he's aiming a little too much, and that's not working for him.
Runner at first here, one man out. Throw over to first. A dive, but he's back. Had him off stride that time, and it's 1-2.
Ooh, anytime you can get a big league hitter to look like that, you know you've thrown a great pitch.
Halfway to 100 pitches, here it is. Lifted out towards straightaway center field. Under it is the center fielder. Makes the play, and there are two gone now.
This crowd oohs and ahs every time this guy hits a fly ball. But he didn't get all of that one, and it's pretty much a can of corn.
Basil Padilla will stand in. He, of course, the most valuable player in last summer's All-Star game. And a good slider here to start the at-bat, but it's ruled a ball, 1-0. And you figure now this would be a spot where that man might try to take second base.
And it wouldn't be a bad idea to hold the ball a little longer out there on the mound. Really vary your times to the plate. You can't be predictable out there, or he'll take advantage.
And they pitch out here, but nothing's happening. Ball 2. Two 2-0 pitch on the way. Runners off for second. Line toward the gap in left center. In there, a base hit. So now they'll have runners on the corners with two away.
Apparently they didn't think they'd pitch out twice in a row, so they put the hit and run on there, and it works to a T.
Lucas Duda stands in with 2 on and 2 out here in the third.
And you know, some guys just get better with runners in scoring position and 2 outs. This is a big at-bat for him right here, even though it's still early.
Well hit the other way, and it's into the gap. And this will get to the wall now, out beyond the 385 sign. And they'll extend their lead even further as the run's in to score from third. And the throw's offline a bit as it gets by him at third. So that'll go into the books as an E6, and he'll be kicking himself over that one. Cespedes. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
Yep, they sent him packing last time, so maybe they have a pretty good idea of how to attack him again right here.
First offering on its way. Sends that one out of play for strike 1. The 0-1. Chopped weakly to the left. Oh, and it eats him up a bit. And the runner from third crosses the plate. That makes it a 4-0 ball game.
Yeah, tough break there defensively with 2 away. Gets the ground ball he needed to get out of the inning, but this ball just wound up in the perfect place and winds up as an infield single and an RBI.
Here's Neil Walker. Yes, he'll pick on the first pitch and hit a ground ball towards second. A dive, but he can't get it. It's through into the outfield.
Up next for the Mets, pitcher.
Matt is now 8 hits he's already allowed, and we haven't even made it out of the 3rd inning yet. I heard someone once say, he's coming apart like a $39 suit out there. He better find his command, and fast.
Jacob DeGrand gets a chance to swing away, and he'll have a chance to increase his lead if he can deliver something here with two gone.
Well, you know, some pitchers flat out just don't like to go up there and swing it, and I get it. Most of them can't hit at all. But, hey, this is an opportunity right here to help your own cause.
Now a left-hander up and throwing in that Philly bullpen.
Here comes the 1-0. And he misses again, 2-0.
Boy, he better get it back together here with two guys on already. He's starting to lose location of that strike zone. He's got to throw a strike right here.
Hitters count. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Called a strike on the inside part of the plate, 2-1.
You can bet they'd love to have him get out of this without having to call in that bullpen just yet.
4 runs here in this half inning. Hit to short. Reined in. And an underhanded throw is in time for out number 3. 9 men come to the plate. 4 score. 3 innings complete. The Mets are out on top, 4-0. Number 26 stands in.
Leading off for Philadelphia, center fielder, number 26.
First delivery to him on the way. And a high strike to begin the at-bat. It's 0-1.
And, you know, if you're going to challenge a guy up in the zone with a fastball, why not do it on the first pitch? A lot of times he's going to be taken anyway, and you just bought yourself a strike that you can now throw anything off of.
That's in there, and he's deep in the hole now, 0-2.
He's just working east and west here. He'll be fine if he just stays out of the middle.
Trying to strike him out for the second time. Protecting on 0-2, so we'll do it again. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. And a changeup swung on and missed for the first out.
Now after the 4-run inning, we'll get to see if he approaches things any differently now that he's working with the lead. You figure the approach will be similar, but that's a good job anyway of getting the first out here.
Jose Bautista stands in for the second time. Hit it hard but lined out in his first at-bat.
Yeah, he put a good swing on it last time, so we'll see if he can make one fall here.
And this is fouled back and out of play. Outside for a ball, 1-1. Here's one that misses now to the Philly right fielder. It's 2 balls and a strike. Nothing inside here, at least not to start the at-bat, and I imagine that's by design.
Yeah, they'll give him right field. They just don't want him to turn on something.
No runs, just 1 hit, and 1 error in the ballgame for the Phillies so far.
Oh, and he gets a fastball up in the zone, and he hammers it out to deep left field. And this baby is gone. A home run. A solo home run that time off the bat of Jose Bautista. As they get on the board, it's 4-1 now.
Well, I've got to say, some days at this place, the ball just seems to jump a little better than others. We've seen quite a few balls hit hard already. This is the first one that leaves the yard, but I've got a sense it's not going to be the last.
Here's the left-handed hitting Dominic Brown. As the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1.
Well, this guy has thrown a first pitch strike to about 50% of the batters he's faced. He's pitching well, but those numbers could be pumped up a little bit.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. And he falls behind 0-2. Bases are empty, one man out. And wow, tough to lay off the fastball there, but it's 1-2.
And now on 1-2, this might be a spot where that high fastball was just a setup so that he can come back with that big curve.
1-2, here it comes. Oh, a fastball swung on and missed, and for the second time today, he's gone on strikes.
It just overmatched him there. It's a 1-2 fastball, and this is right by him. Absolutely no contest.
Into the box now, Matt Paxton. As with 2 away, he'll swing and miss at the first pitch. It's 0-1.
Boys, that's 99 right through him.
2 out, nobody on. This is hit high in the air and pretty deep down the left field line. Padilla shading to his right, makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. Phils do get one back on the solo home run. Bottom of the 4th coming up. It's the Mets 4 and the Phillies 1. Alonzo Cochran will come in now to lead things off against our starter, who probably wishes he had a mulligan to use on that last inning.
Yeah, he was doing just fine up until the last time he took the mound. He's got to hope that that was just an aberration, or he might not stick around to see another inning.
And we'll start the inning off with an easy fly ball to straightaway left. Brown is there to make the catch, and the home half of the 4th starts with a 1-pitch out.
This has just been a rough day for this guy so far in this one. Everything they're hitting is hard, even if it's right at someone.
David Wright will dig in, a Silver Slugger winner in the National League a season ago. Called a strike on the outer half, 0-1.
You love to try to be able to get ahead of hitters, and he has thrown a first pitch strike about 60% of the time, but he's not throwing them in good locations, and that's why he's getting hit.
And a pitch in the dirt as he lays off. It's 1-1. One and 2 now as that one's fouled off. Four to 1 our score as we play inning number 4. High and deep to right center field. Going back is the center fielder, but he won't get there as it lands just shy of the wall. And he'll cruise into the bag at second with a 1-out double.
Well, he made a great pitch on that 1-1 count to get it to 1-2, but then he tried to go right back to that same pitch, and this time the location is not nearly as good as the last one, and it's turned around for 2 bases.
In now, Bryant Tyner. Swing and a ball chopped foul right at home plate. He's set. Here's the 0-1. Off the plate and in. Hits a ball and a strike.
Well, this is a spot where it helps to have a 2-seam fastball like that so you can work in on the right-handed hitters.
Ready with the 1-1 pitch. And he lays off for a ball. 2-1. Now he lifts a high pop-up, drifting into foul territory on the right side. And the first baseman can't get there. 1 out and a runner on second base. hit to first. Paxton over to his left, and he'll take this one to the bag for the out, but meanwhile the runner will move up 90 feet to third base.
Well, at the very least, he does move that runner up to third base. But with 2 away now, I don't think that's exactly what he was hoping to accomplish. I think he wanted to drive him in.
Mark Piazza will stand in now. He's struck out and flied out, 0 for 2 thus far. Hard hit ball to second. Well, this will be pulled in out there at second base, and that'll be that. Mets leave one as they hold on to a 4-1 lead. Leading off the inning, Freddie Galvis, as they'll look to get something going here and even this game up.
And in a pretty close game so far, they'd love to see this guy get on base so they can get a rally started.
Went about halfway there, but it's a called strike regardless. The pitch count there, 1 pitch into his 5th inning of work. Not much of a concern, I wouldn't imagine.
Yeah, it shouldn't be. He hasn't had any real overtaxed innings, so he should be fine for the time being.
And that's inside off the plate with the fastball. It's 1-1. And he takes ball 2, and it's 2-1. He's fallen behind now, 3-1.
Well, I think it's time to attack now because these guys haven't been in too many good hitters' counts. This is where you need to pounce.
No walks yet. Here's the delivery. And a good eye here as he takes ball 4, and it's a base on balls to lead off the 5th inning.
Just the first walk he's given up here so far to go along with just the 2 hits. So he's been pretty well in command throughout this entire start.
Kurt Suzuki is at the plate now, flied out in his first at-bat. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch.
Yeah!
Breaking ball for a strike. 0-1.
Yeah, and it seems like he kind of got away from that pitch here in the last few innings. You got to think about bringing that one right back.
Swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory. And this is going to wind up a foul ball. Too high.
That's the ball.
1-2. Now a ball grounded to short. This could be 2. To Walker for 1. On to Duda, a double play.
Well, if you want to go by the numbers, somewhere around 37% of leadoff walks come around to score. Now, EK, I know you didn't know that, but that won't be an issue here as he bounces right back and he gets himself the double play.
Stepping in now, Sam Siegel. Check swing and a pop-up out toward the mound. DeGrand has got it, and the side is retired. Down quickly go the Phillies. They trail it 4-1. Basil Padilla comes to the plate as we get started here in the bottom of the 5th. Some activity out in the bullpen now as a couple of left-handers begin to stir. And he gets ahead here with the fastball, strike one.
Well, this start's been a real bear for him so far. You see the pitch count here to start the fifth. That has to be a concern.
Popped high in the air. There to take it is Parra, and that's the first out.
The first baseman, number 21, Lucas Duda.
Lucas Duda will stand in, the winner of last year's Silver Slugger Award for first baseman in the National League. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Waiting on it, the center fielder. And he makes the catch for the second out.
The center fielder, number 52, Yoenis Cespedes.
Yoenis Cespedes steps in, working on a 1-for-2 game so far. Here's the first pitch to him. Down the third baseline. Parra is there. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. Quick work there as the Mets are down on 4 pitches, but they lead it 4-1. Ryan Howard will grab a bat and lead things off here in the top of the 6th.
Number 6, Ryan Howard.
And here's a called strike to the 36-year-old veteran. It's 0-1. For that man right there, just the 1 run allowed. The question is, can he make that lead stand up?
Well, he hasn't shown too many signs of cracking so far. He's got the look of someone right now who's ready to go the distance.
And he'll take this to the bag. 3 unassisted for the first out.
Yeah, another good start to an inning for him here. He's really only made 1 bad pitch the entire game. That was the solo home run. Other than that, you can see there, not much to speak of at all.
Gerardo Parra will dig in. 0-for-2. He's flied out and popped out so far.
Just getting under it right now. See if he can make an adjustment and keep that top hand strong this time.
Lays off 1-0.
1-0.
1 run, 2 hits, and 1 error in the ballgame for the Phillies so far.
And he looks at a changeup in there. 1-1. And he'll come back with 1 in the dirt as the count moves to 2-1 now. Now a ball lined to the left side. Foul. A little late with the swing, but he stays alive. Still 2-2. Oh, and a good curveball that time as it's taken for a called strike 3, and there are 2 away.
He's been able to get outs when he needs it with that curveball, and there you see what his pitch breakdown has been so far.
Number 26 will dig in. 0-for-2 with 2 strikeouts thus far.
Yeah, a tough one at the plate for him so far with the 2 punch-outs. But hey, that's going to happen to you at times, and you just have to have a short memory in this game.
Out in front of it, strike 1. 6th inning. 4-1 is our score. Try to bunt his way on base here, but this will roll foul. Swing and a miss. Blew the fastball right by him, and the inning is over. 3 up, 3 down for Philadelphia. And this is still a 4-1 ball game. Jake Diekman is out from the bullpen now as he'll be making his first appearance of this young season.
Jake Diekman.
Neil Walker will dig in now as he'll lead things off for the Mets in their half of the sixth.
Well, you know, he's been on base twice in this one already, so let's see if he can do it again.
Hey now.
Boy, hitting the guy wouldn't exactly be the smoothest way to enter a ball game. He's lucky that one didn't get him.
Fastball got him to swing through it. It's 1-1.
You want to talk about a live arm? This guy's got one all right.
Now some action in the Phillies bullpen as a right-hander begins to crank it up out there. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Now this pitch sails up and in, and that leaves him muttering to himself. It's ball 2.
He will definitely give you something to think about up there. There are no comfortable at-bats against this guy.
To 2-2 now.
And after you move a guy off the plate and you know he's all worked up, that's a perfect time to drop a curveball or a changeup on him. Great pitch call right there.
He's set. Here's the 2-2. A full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. One thing that man right there will not tolerate, leadoff walks.
Especially right out of the bullpen. This might be a quick outing if that happens.
And they really bunch him up on that one as he swings and misses for the first out.
Wow, a real sharp break to this thing. It's a slider, and he starts it out over the middle of the plate. Now the hitter thinks he's got something that he can handle, and then this thing just makes a beeline right for his hands. That is a tough pitch.
Standing in now, Jacob DeGrand, as he'll swing and miss at a first pitch slider at strike 1.
And he's always so tough on left-handed hitters. That slider is just so difficult to pick up.
Now some movement out in the Phillies bullpen as a lefty and a right-hander start to loosen. The 0-1 delivery. Gets on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. Here it comes, 0-2. And he strikes him out as well. So make it back-to-back punch-outs here to the first 2 men he faces out of the bullpen.
I'd say he's made a pretty good impression since coming on. 2 batters, 2 strikeouts to start the inning.
Alonzo Cochran stands in looking to put the bat on the ball for a change here with the first 2 guys going down on strikes to start the inning. First pitch of the at-bat. Line to the right side. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit.
Sometimes when you're aggressively minded at the plate, you don't always have to get a strike to hit the ball hard. I mean, I don't think this pitch is even in the strike zone, but he still manages to square it up well and drive it for a base hit.
Into the box now, David Wright. He'll try to follow up the double in his last at-bat with another big hit right here.
Boy, he had a great at-bat last time up, and he'll look for another pitch he can drive right here.
Here's a slider to start things out, looked at for ball 1.
Definitely a steal situation here. When your leadoff guy gets on with 2 outs, I'd expect to see him go within the first few pitches.
And a fastball that's about off the radar screen there. It's 2-0.
Now on 2-0, we've got a fastball count, and we've got a good fastball hitter. That might spell some trouble if he indeed gets one out over the plate.
A runner on first with 2 away. Now a snap move over to first, but the runner's back easily.
Just keeping an eye on him.
And another snap throw to the bag. And a dive, but he's back in. Here it comes, 2-0. Lofted in the air out to right field. Will reach out with one hand to make the catch on the move, and that ends the inning. Mets strand one as they hold on to a 4-1 lead. Welcome back to Citi Field in Flushing. Getting set for the 7th inning now with the Mets out on top. But first, let's check out the game summary through the first 6 innings of baseball. Jose Bautista will stand in again as we take you back to earlier in the ball game. This one swing here has been the entire offense to this point, as this home run accounted for the only run they've tallied so far. And that's in there for strike one. And he'll look at a fastball just off the black, and it's even at 1. Ready to deal. Here's the 1-1. And a curveball here. Good pitch, but a better take, and it's to 2-1 now.
And that's not a bad spot. Just go ahead and stay out there. Don't come down the middle, because we know he can hurt you.
And the pitch on 2-1. That's going to even up the count at 2-2. And another foul ball.
And it looks now like a right-hander's begun to get loose in the Mets bullpen.
All even at 2-2. Here it is. And a swing and a miss, and the dangerous Bautista is set down on strikes for the first out.
And there you get a look at his pitches by inning. You can see the count. He's at 83 for the ball game. Not a huge concern just yet, but he's starting to get up there.
One gone in the inning now for the left fielder, Dominic Brown. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. And this pitch is taken on the inner half for strike one.
You have to say they've really had a good game plan for attacking the 3, 4, 5 hitters all game long.
Yeah, and I think the only thing that's better than a game plan has been the execution of that game plan. You're exactly right. They've held this lineup at bay.
Hits this one hard the other way. And that's through for his first base hit in this one.
They finally break through for hit number 3 of this ball game, though. It took them 7 innings to do it. That is not the kind of offensive performance that's going to win you too many ball games.
Matt Paxton will step in now. He's bounced out and flown out in his first 2 plate appearances. And he catches the inside corner for a called strike. 0-1. A look here at the hits per side here in the late going. Slider, and he can't pull the trigger. 2 strikes.
And if he's getting tired, it's not showing in his slider. That pitch is still as tight as it was in the 2nd inning.
We're in the 7th now. 4-1 our score to this point. Change up, and he ain't buying it. 1-2.
That change up away is his ground ball pitch. That's a good job to hold off.
Ready to deliver the 1-2. And that misses. 2-2. Still 2-2. A 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. And he struck him out. Strikeout number 8 now in the ball game for him.
Let's check this out again on Show Track and see if this was a good call. It's a slider and it's on the outside corner. Home plate umpire's right on top of it. I don't know how you could really complain about that one.
Into the box, Freddie Galvis, as he'll take a look at ball 1.
Well, one thing we've seen from this guy on the mound so far, when he makes bad pitches, they typically miss out of the strike zone. They don't miss in the zone where they can be crushed.
Tap foul at home plate. Here's the 1-1. And he finds a way to catch the zone here. It's 1-2.
Seems like it's been a fairly consistent pattern. Hard stuff early, soft stuff late. But these guys don't seem to have caught on yet.
It's a pretty standard operating procedure, too. But they just look lost up there.
Swung on and missed, and that's the final out of the inning. One left for Philadelphia. They trail it 4-1. Bryant Tyner steps into the box as the leadoff hitter here in the bottom of the 7th.
And you know, guys, I love a guy like this leading off an inning for you. He makes good contact and he can run.
First pitch on its way. And here's a slider that's nowhere close, and it's 1-0. Inside, and he falls behind the hitter now, 2-0. Now a ball hit sharply toward third, and that's in for his second hit of the afternoon.
Up next for the Mets.
Well, this ball's hit pretty well, but this is a nice play out there to play the carom off the wall and then get the ball in quickly, and that's going to hold his man to just a single. That's a nice play.
Mark Piazza will stand in, one of the few guys not to join the hit parade so far.
Yeah, guys, he's got to be feeling a little bit like that dog that gets left out in the rain while the rest of the family's inside by the fire. I guess he's just not seeing what everyone else is.
He's set. Here it comes. High in the air and deep to straightaway left. Brown going back. He gets to it and makes the catch for the first out. On to first, and they get the double play.
Now
if you're going to take off, you've got to be sure this ball's going to get down. And I don't know. To me, that seemed like it was going to be a fairly routine catch. So in my mind, that becomes a very avoidable double play.
Into the box now, Basil Padilla. As this is popped foul behind the plate, it's strike one. Oh and 1, here it comes. And a pitch in the dirt as he lays off. It's 1-1. Now a swing and a miss, and he's behind 1-2. Swing and a miss, and that ends the inning. Mets go down quickly, but they lead it 4-1. Jeurys Familia will come on in relief as he'll make his second appearance of the season so far.
Jeurys Familia.
Leading off the inning, Kurt Suzuki, and they'll need him to get...
But it's starting to get late. So they need to get at least one back here in this inning.
Swing and a miss on the slider, 0-1. Grounded, and this is off the second base bag, and this is going to be through into center field for a base hit as the leadoff man's aboard in the 8th.
Boy, you talk about a ball having eyes. First off, he's fortunate to get this one by the pitcher. It's not hit especially hard, but you'll see it get past second base where neither middle infielder can track it down, and it'll make its way into center field.
Sam Siegel will stand in now in what could be a real make-or-break situation.
And you think at this point you have to get something out of this inning. The further you get into that bullpen, the tougher it's going to be to claw back from this deficit.
And there's a strike right down the heart of the plate, 0-1.
All right, leadoff man on first. Here's where you got to start clawing your way back into this ball game. It's not too late, but it needs to start happening soon.
A little quick on that swing, and he finds himself behind 0-2. Now the 0-2 pitch. And a good bite to that slider as he swings through it for the first out of the inning. With that, we'll give you a look at our starter comparison for the two starting pitchers in the game, and the column to look at is the one on the right side of your screen. Not too many hits to go around at this point in the ballgame. Bobby Tovar will come on to pinch hit here in a big spot.
Number 22, Bobby Tovar.
Starts him out with a slider for a strike. Runners on first with one down. hit in the air out to right. Tyner over to his right. And that's the second out of the inning.
Well, this is a situation where a home run here isn't going to tie the game. He's got to work on just hitting down on the ball and hopefully trying to get on base. Instead, it's just an easy fly ball in a game where they're running out of outs.
Gerardo Parra will stand in, and they've done a good job keeping him off base at the top of the lineup. He's 0 for 3 thus far.
Yeah, guys, not really providing the spark that they usually hope to get out of him. Maybe he can make something happen right here.
And a first pitch sinker is over for strike one.
And this offense has just been stuck in neutral. Even when they get a guy on to start the inning, they've got nothing to go with it.
8th inning, 4-1 is our score. Starts to go around here, but it doesn't matter. This is strike two anyway. Hit high and deep to straightaway right field. Tyner ranging back. Out of here. She was a wall scraper, but it counts just the same. A home run. A 2-run blast to straightaway right field as it's trimmed to a 4-3 game now.
Well, it's just a little and not a terrible location, really. But if you're sitting on that pitch in that spot, you can certainly do some damage. And he absolutely did some right there. That's a 2-run homer.
Stepping in now, number 26. As the sinker to him finds the zone for strike one.
And this should be a pretty good test of his resiliency out there. He's going to need to snap back in a hurry because he's got a lot more danger ahead.
Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Just a bit late, and he's fallen behind 0-2. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive. And this is lined right back up the middle. Solid base hit for him, his first of the afternoon.
Well, he absolutely needed that one. I mean, he's staring the old sombrero right in the face, but he puts a good swing on the ball there and gets himself a base hit.
So a pivotal moment here, and digging in now, Jose Bautista. And he does so representing the possible go-ahead run.
Yeah, but you got to make sure that he doesn't try to do too much here. Just keep that line moving. Do something productive and give the next guy a chance as well.
Two out with the man at first. That's taken. Now it's 0-2. Set to deliver on 0-2. Here it comes. Slapped hard the opposite way, and that'll get down for a base hit. And that runner will go no further than second as there are 2 aboard now.
Oh, what a good job of keeping it alive with 2 outs. You just got to keep the line moving right now. And now you move that tying run up to second, plus you get the go-ahead run on at first base. So if this next guy could follow this single with a gapper or something like that, this game might get turned on its ear.
Now time is called here as we'll get a trip to the mound. Rolando Henderson will come on now in a save situation, but he'll be asked to get 4 outs here instead of 3.
Henderson.
So striding in, Dominic Brown, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. And a high strike to begin the at-bat. It's 0-1.
Yeah, even with 2 on and 2 away, this is not a guy that's going to back down out there. He comes right after him with a fastball, and he gets ahead.
Trying to hold the lead. A swinging bunt out in front of the plate. And not too shabby out of the pen. Takes just 2 pitches to get the ground ball, and that ends the inning. But the Titans strike for a pair, both coming on this 2-run home run. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th. It's the Mets 4 and the Phillies 3. Justin DeFreitas will come on in relief as he'll make his 2nd appearance of the season so far. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Lucas Duda. He flew out in his last at-bat.
First baseman, Lucas Duda.
He pulls him in right field as he hardly has to move to take it in for the first out.
First pitch swinging here to start the inning, and he didn't waste any time waiting for his pitch. He got it right there. Just hit it right at somebody.
Here's Yoenis Cespedes. As he'll go after the first pitch to him and comes up empty, it's strike 1. Takes this the other way to right. In is Batista, but this gets down, a base hit.
And from his perspective on the mound, I think that's exactly where he wanted to throw that pitch. You can see it's tailing down and out of the strike zone, but he just sticks his bat out there and winds up taking it the other way.
Here's Neil Walker. Batting left-handed here as he takes a look at strike 1. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike.
1-1.
Walker lays
2-1
off there. It's 2 balls and a strike. Chop fouled over towards the coaching box. Lifted the other way out to left center. Brown on the move. He's got it, and there are 2 down now.
Well, the only good news that comes out of this at-bat is that he stayed out of the double play. Other than that, this at-bat really didn't achieve a whole lot.
Rolando Henderson will stand in now as he'll be getting his first plate appearance in this one here in the 8th. Swing and a flare hit toward right. Bautista is there, and the inning is over. Mets leave 1, but they hold on to a 4-3 lead. Kicking off the top of the 9th, Matt Paxton, as they'll look to get something going here and even this game up.
Well, this has been a great game so far, and they're only down by 1. So getting this leadoff guy on would be huge for them.
To short. Throw on to first for the out, and that is how the 9th inning gets underway.
With him in there trying to preserve a 1-run lead, the first thing he wants to do, don't let that leadoff hitter get on base to start the inning. That's a nice way to approach things. Now he's just 2 outs away from wrapping this one up.
Freddie Galvis ready to take another shot. Went down on strikes his last time up.
Well, at the very least, he went down hacking. Striking out is one of the many frustrations that go along with hitting, and you have to accept that it's going to happen sometimes.
First pitch is a changeup for a called strike.
And he's probably not going to throw too many first pitch changeups. That's a pretty darn good call.
Fastball called for strike 2. One out, nobody on. Chop foul at the plate, and he stays alive, still 0-2. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Can't quite get around in time to keep it fair, and it remains 0-2. And a swing and a miss as they caught him reaching that time, and there are 2 away.
Well, you know when you get 2 strikes on you, you go into that protection mode up there at the plate. Let's see where this pitch lines up. Oh, yeah. That thing's nowhere near the strike zone, and that's a good job of making a guy go fishing for something he didn't really want to hit.
Standing in now, Kurt Suzuki. Yes, he'll take a tough pitch on the outside part of the plate for strike 1. Credit where credit's due. This guy's done a good job out of the bullpen.
No question. He's been able to hold that lead, and these guys really haven't threatened him at all.
And it's quickly 0-2. A sold-out crowd of 41,800 get to their feet now in Flushing. Now a swing and a fly ball. And this should do it. And he'll put this one away for the final out. And the Mets have taken the opener here at home as this ball game is over.
Well, I think this guy got pressed into duty in the 8th inning, but he gets the job done, and he goes out to earn himself a 4-out save.
A tight ball game all throughout. Winds up a slim 1-run victory in the end as we get you one final look at our line score. Well, you always hope to get a good outing from your starting pitcher, but this man went above and beyond in this one. He's our top player of the game.
And this is what you want out of your starter. He gives them 7 strong innings, sets things up perfectly for his bullpen to get the final 6 outs. He's going to walk away with a victory. Good job.
So that'll just about do it for us this afternoon. Thanks to Eric Karros, Steve Lyons, and the rest of our crew. I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB The Show. To find out more, head on over to theshownation.com. The Mets come out on top 4-3. So long from New York.